Welcome to the Global Skill Development Council, your gateway to digital transformation. We are an independent, vendor-neutral ISO IEC 1024 accredited certification body committed to helping individuals and organizations stay future-ready in a rapidly evolving world. GSDC is accredited by the Accreditation Board for International Certification Bodies, ABICB. For 10 years, we've certified more than 100,000 professionals across Europe, North America, Asia, and Africa, with our offices in Switzerland, the United States, and Singapore. Our programs are recognized by leading publications and podcasts, including Forbes, Tech Target, People Managing People. We offer 100-plus globally accredited certifications across emerging and in-demand domains like generative AI and emerging technologies, HR and learning and development, project management and agile Scrum, ISO and quality management, information security. Each GSDC certification is designed to empower professionals with confidence and help organizations stay competitive in a fast-changing landscape. Every certification is crafted with insights from 100-plus global advisory board members representing top universities and leading industry experts. Our certified professionals are trusted by 500-plus multinational companies, which help unlock better roles, faster promotions, and delivering cutting-edge expertise. We partner with 100-plus authorized training partners and 50-plus universities, supporting talent across all career levels, from entry-level to executive leadership. As a GSDC member, you gain lifelong access to interactive webinars, hands-on workshops, SME panels, and global summits. Join a vibrant community of 25,000-plus members and be part of our global events. Check our reviews on Trustpilot. We're trusted worldwide for quality, support, and impact. Whether you're aiming higher or building tomorrow's talent, GSDC is your partner in purposeful growth and impactful leadership. Visit our website to explore our offerings. GSDC, share the best practices and learn from the best practices.
Hello everyone, my name is Pratibha and I'll be your moderator today. So once again, welcome back to all of you in GEO webinar. So let's start with today's session, and first of all, I would like to apologize for starting the session a little bit delayed. So we were facing a technical issue, but everything is resolved now. So I hope you guys are ready for today's session. Let's start with it. Just allow me a minute to share my screen. Meanwhile, please do let us know from where you guys are watching. We would be happy to know that. So on behalf of the Global Skill Development Council, I'm truly delighted to welcome you all into the GSDC Certified Learning from Blue Links to AI Citation, Mastering the GEO Playbook for 2026, Winning Visibility in the AI-First Search Era. And one of the things which make this webinar so interesting is the amazing expert panel we have lined up for you. Some of them have already delivered a very incredible and insightful sessions, and others are also to bring in more powerful ideas. So for those who have joined with us for the very first time, let me give you a quick introduction who we are. Global Skill Development Council is a globally recognized certification body. We are accredited by ABICB. Till yet, we have 250,000 professionals certified with us. We are associated with 500 plus subject matter experts who contribute to our program. We are also partnered with 100 plus training providers, 1,000 plus multinational companies, and 50 plus universities worldwide. So these are the training partners who are associated with us from the Asia, Canada, Africa, Australia, Nigeria, Singapore, and many other countries. So special thanks to all training partners for helping us improving our training program. And a very special thank you to our media partner, WordPress, for covering all of our press releases and event releases. So before starting the session, I just wanted to make a quick announcement that we have just launched a very unique platform called GSDC AI Studio, Lifelong Learning Initiative, in which you will be getting 100 plus live monthly sessions with global expert, including the 4 daily sessions, 45-minute live expert lead session for hands-on learning, sessions from global expert. Now you can learn directly from our AI leaders around the world. Real-time practice, you can apply concept immediately and get your question answered. Certification ready, you will be getting the training aligned with industry standard for job ready skills. So do you want to know how you can get the benefit of GSDC AI Studio? Well, let me tell you. So there are three ways. First, you have a free 14-day access in which you will get the 80 plus live session per month and access to full GSDC studio. Second, you have a GSDC lifelong membership. You will be upgrading to Pro in $109 and you will be getting the lifetime access of 80 plus live session per month, access to full GSDC studio, free GSDC membership, access to physical events, and LinkedIn profile improver. Last but not the least, we have GSDC certification plus lifetime membership. So now participant, this offer is for a very limited time of period. So make sure you're taking the advantage of it because you're going to get lifetime access of GSDC certification, all benefits of lifetime membership, personalized coaching, capstone projects plus AI tool, GSDC Copilot and competency assessment tool in $100 only. So what are you waiting for? Take the advantage of this offer. And currently, we are covering 100 plus certification in our portfolio, including the learning and development, HR, Gen AI, agentic AI, emerging technologies, ISO lead auditor and implementer, project management and PMO, agile DevOps and SRE, cybersecurity, digital transformation, and many more. But once you get certified with the GSTC, you just don't walk away with the certification. You also become a member of our community, which comes with the GSTC membership benefits, including the lifelong membership, certification upgrade, workshop boot camps, learning club access, also the full benefit of GSTC AI Studio, and many more. With that, it's time to welcome our today's speaker. Today we have Nazir Uddin Himel with us. Nazir is Nazir is a seasoned digital marketing professional with over 5 years of hands-on experience across SEO, lead generation, content marketing, email marketing, and WordPress. Currently serving as product marketing lead at Fluent CRM, he has worked extensively within the WordPress ecosystem and world-class software organizations, driving sustainable growth through data-driven and content-led strategies. Nazir is known for his strong expertise in SEO focused content, product marketing, and marketing automation, along with his ability to translate complex concepts into clear, actionable insight. With proven experience in team training, stakeholder communication, and strategic execution, he brings a practical and result oriented perspective to modern digital marketing and AI driven search evaluation. And today he is going to give the session on how to write geo-friendly content. But before handing over the virtual mic, just a quick reminder, if you have any query regarding the GSDC AI initiative, or if you want to know more regarding such session, or if you want any guidance regarding from the Nazir, please feel free to use the chat box. Once again, don't be shy. Drop your reactions, emojis, and quick comment into the chat. That's how we know you are with us and actively listening and absorbing from the insightful session. Also, we have an announcement to make at the end of today's session, which is a $400 worth gift certification voucher. With that, it's time to welcome Nazir on our platform. Thank you so much, Nazir, for coming on our platform. We are very honored to have you as our speaker. The stage is all yours. So, participant, I believe we have lost Nazir for one second. Just allow me 1 minute. He's rejoining. So, Nazir, are you able to hear us? Nazir, I have
Hello.
made you a co-host. Yeah, thank you so much.
Hello. Hi, Pratibha. I'm really sorry about this. I know, my power got cut, and for some reason, my PC has been reshutting again and again.
Understood. So, can you please continue with your session?
Yeah, of course. Can you see me before?
Yes, we can.
Yeah.
Yes, we can see you. Thank
All
you.
right. So, hey everyone, this is Nazir. I'm a marketing lead at fluentcrm.com, and I have been doing, SEO and stuffs for over like 7 years now. And I have seen all the changes, all the things that has happened in the last 7 years or so. I started as a link building expert, but since I joined WP Managed Ninja as a marketing specialist, I switched to content and other stuffs, and I have been experimenting with lot of a lot of various tactics and strategies to keep our SEO and our website ongoing. And now, since AI came in 2022, in December, in effect, I believe, and there has been a lot of shifts. Initially, it seemed like SEO.
Nazir, I'm really sorry for the interruption, but we lost you. Your voice got disconnected.
Um, I don't know what happened. Let me check. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you now. Thank you.
All right. So sorry. Sorry about the issues. I don't know what's happening. We had a power cut, and I think for that reason, some things are not working as expected. So since 2022, we saw a lot of shifts happening in the marketing world, especially in digital marketing, because people started thinking if we could write content with AI, and more importantly, if Google will be picking up content that are written with AI. And that has been the main topic for like a year or something, I believe. And after that, things changed. Like people figured out ways to combine AI with their natural language, so they're more efficient rather than just spanning out content with AI. Anyway, so this is my take on how to write content with AI. Nobody. Before we start, I'd like to specify that nobody has actually figured out the exact ways to write AI content or content that gets picked up with AI. So but before I start, I'd like to start with some insights, to give you that build up that why AI content optimization or writing for AI is important, especially in this era. I mean, it's 2026 and AI came in 2022. So, and regarding, some truth, so I'll start my presentation now. And yeah, I think you guys will see my Notion calendar right away. Anyway, but so this is it. To start off, I'd like to show you some stats. So the first stat says AI traffic is up 527%. That's, like has been happening for like 2-3 years about since getting started. Like this has been on the rise ever since, and it will be on the rise. As SEMrush's recent statistical publication also said that AI will go beyond traditional searches in like 2-3 years, and it will probably surpass the traditional search results in like 2-3 in probably like 2028. So the next thing I would like to show is what exactly gets picked by AI. So this is it. So SEMrush has published another study on what kind of content gets picked by AI. You can see that the blue specifies informational intent, specifies navigational intent, and yellow specifies commercial intent and purple is for transactional. So anyway, so what do we understand here? It's a clear takeaway that Google or whatever AI platform there are, ChatGPT, Claude, Perplexity, whatever they are, they're picking up informational content, not navigational, not commercial, not transactional. So before in SEO, as much as I remember, before in SEO, we used to prioritize navigational and commercial content and build up the authority of those navigational and commercial keywords by putting as much as possible informational content. So that's where we have been lacking, and that's where most people has been losing their traffic, because informational keywords are being replaced by search GPTs, or as I might say, AI overviews. So they are being answered right away instead of getting people to multiple pages and stuffs. They're being answered right away on the site, on the chat window. And that's how actually the shift has been happening. That's why lots of traffic has been falling, but there hasn't been much impact on the navigational and commercial areas, because of course, the information that gets picked also refers navigational and commercial for those brands that actually rank for navigational and commercial keywords. So they're losing traffic at one side, but of course, they're ranking for informational queries, especially in chat windows of GPTs and AI overviews. So that says a lot of thing, like what to, that explains pretty well that exactly what you should target and what kind of topic you want to write when you are starting out, and what kind of approach you should take. So as it stands, traditional ACO is the foundation of GEO, as I might say, because after all, GEO is just another version of ACO, because it prioritizes the same things like trust, experience, authority, and expertise. Expertise became a ranking factor very later on, I believe, like in 2024 or 2023, but it has been an important factor. Like it has been an important factor in, even it was an important factor in 2021, because we saw results like whenever we shared some case studies, we shared real stories, or we integrated real stories with our content, they were picked up well, because they were supported, the content was supported by a real example or real study. So, and it became an official ranking factor for Google in 2024, I think. And so that's why it still gets prioritized by GEO, because when you like since especially since AI, I believe, because when AI first came, the issue was that yes, anyone can write content, anyone can write better content, grammatically accurate content, and you know anyone can make sure that their content are as good as those that are on the SERPs. So what could be the primary differentiator? So two things that what happened is two things became the primary differentiator for GEO or generative engines, which are user generated contents. That's why we saw platforms like Reddit, Pinterest, and Quora become so important these days. One is UGC and the other is expertise. Expertise as in, if you're reviewing a book, uh, it needs to be read. You have to read it, and you have to like study everything that has been written on the book, and you have to give your actual review, give your actual perspective. And AI prioritizes those. AI wants your perspectives. AI does not want the same jargon that it can find on 10 other articles. So what is EAT? Expertise, experience, trust, and authority. And in this one, I'll show you exactly how to approach that with your content. So before we get started, I want to show you one more thing. Let's get into the spicy details. Okay. So this is something very interesting, and I think most people ignore that the results that ChatGPT or any generative engines show, uh, they are reformulated results. They're not something ChatGPT can, just span out on its own. ChatGPT learns from stuffs that are already there. Generative engines learns from content that are already there. So ChatGPT or Google Gemini won't show you exactly what is in there. Exactly, ChatGPT or Google Gemini won't show you exactly what they search for or what they look for in a content. But there is one platform that does, which is Perplexity. This is something I like about this platform because it shows you exactly what steps it is completing. So as you can see, I've looked up, I have put a very long question. Which are the highest rated email marketing automation plugins for WordPress with appointment integration? It should have newsletter automation and email e-commerce integration with multiple triggers. Do a table SWOT analysis for them. So this is such a long query that you cannot imagine people asking in, when they are searching normally. Like they would probably look for something like email marketing automation plugin with appointment integration. That should be the keyword. Or email marketing automation plugin with e-commerce integration. But now with the help of ChatGPT and generative engines, we now have the ability to ask longer question with some context that the generative engines can understand and get back to us with the right answers. So this is a very interesting example where what Perplexity does is breaks the query, the whole question into multiple parts. So it has looked up WordPress email marketing plugin preferences, Fluent CRM experience, email marketing tools used, appointment booking plugins, e-commerce WordPress integration, and it has also looked up highest rated WordPress email marketing plugins 2026. I mean, you can see a whole bunch of keywords, a whole bunch of LSI or long tail keywords that are related with the whole entire question you put up. And actually, that's how it's able to show a valid answer to my query. So I want you to understand this. I want you to gather that it's not about keyword anymore. It's about how deep you can go with a topic. So the topic could be email marketing plugin for WordPress, and that then you have to like cover other parts of the query, and that's how you actually start seeing the difference between Google and ChatGPT. So there are different. The obvious difference is that you have to, if you want to rank, if you want to get picked up by AI, you have to cover the topic in detail. In You have to ensure that you have to look up like what could be the queries. So, and to understand that, this is a very easy way, and there are other ways. Of course, I'm going to show those to you. So let's start. So this this is again what exactly gets picked by GEO. So first of all, data. You have to cite data from strong resources. You have to cite studies. You have to cite data from trusted resources. So these are very important, and I'm not going into the details exactly how to prioritize data and how to prioritize studies, but you have to be able to integrate data into your writing. When you are writing, you have to integrate what kind of related data, and of course they should be from the trusted sources that are trusted by the internet. So let's say you are writing for mac you are writing something on macbook. So if you put something like a data from some unknown source, that's not gonna be trusted. So you have to ensure, if you are referencing something, it has to be trusted, it has to be valid, and it has to be backed by previous studies. So the second thing that works is real world case studies. So real world case studies works because they are your personal experiences. They are not, or they are someone's personal experience at least. They are not something you made up and said that, hey, that's my experience. So this is something AI really likes. This is something AI really prioritizes, and this is something AI wants you to share. So it's something you should consider when writing. So another thing you should do is you demonstrate your industry expertise. So let's say you are writing for something, but you don't have any knowledge about the industry. So what will happen is that you will look up some of the same stuff from Google, or you will look up the same studies or same results from ChatGPT, and you will write on your own tone or on your own from your own perspective. So that's not going to work, because this is something ChatGPT will get over and over again, because this is how it's so easy to span out content. So ChatGPT or generative engines are figuring out, or already figured out, how to actually understand that this is something we already know, and this is something we don't know. And so since it prioritizes the information it already has, there is no point actually writing the same thing over and over again. So you have to demonstrate expertise. If you are in an industry, that's where you should write on, or you should at least get some experience. If you are working on a niche you don't actually operate in, so you have to know how the industry works, how the industry is operating, and what's changing in the industry, so you could integrate them into your writing. That's how you actually demonstrate your experience for that industry. Next up, you have to offer perspectives. Like, so if there is just one perspective, there is nothing new to pick up. There is nothing new to actually analyze and add up to the add up or cite. So ChatGPT or generative engines or Claude, whatever you say, they're not gonna pick up your old stuffs. They're only gonna pick up those that are cited, and those that are actually your real perspective and something beyond the regular perspectives. So this is why these are four things you should prioritize while optimizing for GEO. So next, I want you to start, when optimizing for SEO. The first thing you should do is, topical optimization. This is something I told you before, that now it's super important to optimize for a topic, not for keyword. And how do you optimize for topic, and how do you find out what topic to write on? So this is where this cycle comes into play. So you see, I have listed some of the life cycle stages that every user or every audience goes through. So some of your customer will be unaware, some of your customer will be, they know it is available, but they won't know exactly how it works. Some of them will know the solutions, and some of them will be confused which solution to choose. And of course, some of them will just be convinced that your product is better. So for every life cycle stages, it's super important to cover one topic in detail. So let's say you're picking up a topic like abandoned cart, or let's say you're optimizing for a service, let's say email marketing service. So in every stage, if the audience doesn't know if they need a feature or if they need a service, how will they know exactly if there is a solution available? So first thing, you have to understand that you have to cover the whole topic in one go, or you have to have all those topics covered within your contents. So you have to, and for that, you have to first identify the topic based on previous previous things I told you, and then you have to map those topics to stages. So if you are picking a topic, you have to have other content for unaware customers, for educating them, for proposing the solution for the first time, and for giving them alternatives that they can compare with. And of course, once they have picked up that your product is the good one, you have to convince them to try again. You have to convince them to buy again and stay engaged with your site, or with your whatever you are proposing. So how do we do that? We start by saying that, identifying that this is a persona that doesn't know what this topic deals with. So if you are picking like email marketing service, your local business could be an ideal audience. You might want to start with how to how to start email marketing for your specific audience, or how to convert your regular audience to for selling products regularly. So this is how you start, and you keep asking those questions. You don't go for the keywords, because keywords is the last thing you should prioritize. So we go for a topic first, and then optimize around that topic, not around keywords. Okay. So now, once you have mapped various contents to lifecycle stages, now have to identify what type of content you need. So what type of content you need, and how do you understand exactly how to figure out what type of content I need? To start off, you analyze search results. It's as simple as going to search engine and putting in your query, and then looking up what's there. Sorry about that. So you analyze the search results. And when you analyze search results, what happens is you get to evaluate your competitors. And again, this is where I want to remind you that you don't evaluate competitors by the search query, you evaluate competitors by the topic. So if you are looking up a keyword, just pause and look up how your competitor is ranking for that topic itself, not for the keyword. Okay. So go through their site, go through their content, or go through their content category, and find out how much they have been covering the topic, and how often they have been covering the topic, and what's their content quality. Those are very important details you want to analyze, because those are what will give you, if you actually have a chance to compete with them. So this is very important. So first, you have to analyze search results, and make sure to analyze your competitors too. So you know exactly what to expect when you write content. And the third thing you should evaluate is click-through potential. You see, search has changed and there are no-click searches more often than not. So people are not actually clicking the links. People are actually getting results and they're escaping the search page right away or the engine right away. They are not clicking through links. They're only clicking the links when they need to analyze more. And you probably have seen it that chat GPT visitors are more, generative engine visitors are more valuable than search engine visitors, because search engine visitors look up, find the exact information they need, and they exit. But ChatGPT visitors, they analyze more, they look up more information, they go to a site exactly when they need to go to a site. So this is why you have to assess the click-through potential, and we call this click potential. Uh, so what is click potential? It's for the query or for the topic you are searching for, how often people click on the topic, for click on the link for that topic. Because if you might well, look up some keywords and see like search volume 1000, 2000, 3000, but you may not get any clicks because those are getting answered right on the AI overview. So what you have to do is you have to assess the click-through potential. So this, the easy way to do this is to go to Google, Google Ads, Google Ads Builder, and that's where you have to you get some information on click-through potential, and you can see which kind of results are likely to get clicked. So this is a very important detail when identifying what type of content you need. So make sure to check this out. And next up, finally, you have to evaluate if the content you are trying to create, if it aligns with your topical authority. Like if you are randomly putting in some content here and some content there, that's not going to work, because again, I said earlier that topical authority is what counts nowadays. So you have to understand if the query aligns with your topical authority. If it's a yes, go for it. If it's a no, don't go for it. It's as simple as that. And finally, once you have analyzed the search results, you have analyzed your competitors, you have analyzed your click-through potential, and you have analyzed if it aligns with your topical authority, then you have to find what kind of content you need. Because you see, if you are creating an article, a 2000 word blog for something that needs something as simple as a product, that's probably not going to get picked up, because that does not fulfill the what the searchers are looking for. If so, when you are actually creating when you are actually analyzing search results, you have to see what kind of content they are preparing, what kind of content are getting picked by AI overviews, and where the citations are coming from, and what kind of pages they are, what they look like. So when you do that, you can actually understand exactly what type of content you need. Okay, so this is something I like to do when choosing whether to write a content or not. One is testing queries in incognito mode. I know what AI generative engines do is show you personalized results, and that's often biased towards your product, the industry you are looking for, or the industry you are working on. So this is why something I'd like to do is I go to incognito and test out if the result is actually what I need, or a result is actually different than what the AI has been showing me. So do that, guys. That's very important and very helpful most of the time. That gives you actual results instead of you looking at some personalized results. So next up, you have to see what the AI is presenting as the query result. So if the AI is showing you a table or a graph or like some, bullet points, you might want to structure it that way. And if the AI is like giving you some paragraphs, you might want to cover a section that way. So this gives you a very good idea that what section, how you are covering, how you should cover what section. So this is pretty important, and this is something you should always look for. So next thing you should observe is the sources that are being cited. Again, this is kind of similar to analyzing your competitors' results, but instead of looking at competitors' whole site, you look at the exact sources that are being cited by the AI. So you see, if usually you see 3 to 4 results, and you go to those pages, you find out what the structure was, what they included, if they included case studies, if they included people. So some stuffs like that. And once you do that, you have an idea of exactly what to include in your content. So that's very important. Finally, you have to look at the format that are being favored by AI. So if the format is some table, again, if the format is some table, if the format is like a short structure, you have to go with that. You don't have to go with like a larger content, huge content with 3,000, 4,000 words. Instead, you can go with the smaller content that AI prefers. You don't have to give too much information. You just have to fulfill the requirements of that topic, not, some old traditional SEO that you were taught before. So when writing the content, what you should do? This is overlooked in many ways, because people nowadays, what they do is just span out content and expect to get results. But this is the most important part of your content, is how you write the content itself. It's not, putting up like the exact thing that your competitor puts up, because your competitor may have one objective and you may have a different one, or you may have the same, but still you can have different perspective and still rank on AI, because AI does not discriminate. So these are some things I like to do. First, write for scanners. This is something has been, mentioned for ages. Like, for everyone, we know that attention has been going down, and nowadays the attention span has dropped down to, I think, about 30 seconds, because of reels and things that has come out recently. And this is why it's important to write for scanners. So you see, AI, when you answer for AI, or when you write for, when you look up something in AI, it gives you answers, but in a very structured way, so that you can actually consume it as fast as possible, unless you are actually asking it to go in depth. So the initial response is usually, most of the time, it's a few bullet points and pretty easy to understand. So this is why I like to say that you have to write for scanners, so AI can consume the content as a scanner itself and present it the way it is. And cite, of course, cite when it's presenting the, answer to someone. And the next thing you should do is, some people, what they do is present multiple stuffs at once. They use one paragraph to propose multiple perspectives. This is a kind of problematic because AI uses NLP optimization. You see, natural language processing is something that, a machine language cannot process two information at once. It can gather the information, but when it has to show, it has to be clear so that when it's citing a source, it says the exact thing it says on the tin. So they give you a small overview of what's written in the content, and that's why it's so important to focus on one message. You cannot focus on two or three messages in one paragraph or in one single section. Just focus on one single message, one single perspective that you are going to propose in that one section, and that's how you easily get cited, because your opinion gets picked up that way. So another thing I like to do is use everyday words and phrases, and most importantly, spoken language, because you see, when you are writing in in this era, there is always a chance for AI to determine your content as, AI written content. So the best way and the easier way to, differentiate your content from AI written content is using everyday words and phrases. The way you talk, the way you interact with people, that's how you should write the content itself. Because that's how you actually have your voice into the content, not AI's voice into the content. So that way, it gets a bit of credibility when getting evaluated by AI. So next up, I like to suggest that you have to sometimes include unexpected insights. So what I mean by unexpected insights is that uh, unexpected insights, that something that breaks pattern. You are writing, of course, you are writing for AI. You want to get cited by AI, but there is always a chance that AI can mention you and people get bored and your content doesn't get cited again, because AI is, of course, it is analyzing what kind of results it's picking and analyzing exactly if to pick it up again or not. So since it's doing that, since they obviously have some internal mechanism to decide what kind of content to cite and what kind of content to not to, you have to ensure engagement, and I like to break patterns for that. So these are four things you should always do when writing content. So next up, I'd like to share that, you know, exactly how to reframe a content, because again, I said that writing the same content again and again creates jargon. They are nothing other than jargon. They are nothing other than valueless words itself. So this is why you have to reframe things. So, and it's
Hi
important.
Nazir,
Yeah,
sorry for the interruption. So we have to wrap up the session in 5 to 6 minutes because we have to take the question answer also from
yeah,
the
of course.
participant. I have. Thank you so much.
All right. Do I continue?
Yes, yes, please continue. I was just informing you that we have to wrap up the
Okay.
session in 5 to 6
Okay.
minutes.
Yeah,
Thank you so
I
much.
think I can get it done within 5 to 6 minutes. So, all right. So you have to reframe it. And to reframe it, first off, I told you earlier that you have to generate on original insights. You have to run small you can run small surveys and stuffs. You can run small studies, or you can just ask your customers to share their experience. And that's how you generate original insights. Next up, you have to leverage data. You have to, integrate your internal or external data. If some company is using your service, if you are using your tool, share it. That works too. Next up, you have to explore new angles. So if even if it's yours product, it may have some drawbacks. You have to analyze them, and they can give AI another angle to cite it when necessary. And you have to develop a narrative. And finally, you have to develop a narrative that drives engagement. You have to create a narrative that works in your favor, and that's how you actually cover the entire subject and reframe it the right way. So next thing I like to do is NLP optimization. This is something that's very easy. You know, NLP is, as we call, natural language processing, and it's how AI engines work. So to use NLP, first you have to use a tool like Phrase or Surfer SEO. They give you some NLP keywords. You have to look up NLP keywords using the topic you picked. And when you get the NLP keywords, you you find them, trim them, how many NLPs you are going to integrate, what NLPs to cover, and which NLP to dedicate a section for, which NLP to dedicate an FAQ section, and which NLP should be an standalone article. So this is very important. You have to choose which NLP to use for what and integrate the NLP naturally throughout your content. So finally, offering fresh perspectives and future possibilities, as I say it. So whenever you are covering a topic, look for future angles. See, recently it happened to me as well that I was looking for a RAM, and I found out that RAM prices has increased recently. And then the obvious question is that if I am going to buy it now, or if I should postpone it for later. So I looked up what might happen in the future. So the query was something like, so the query was something like, will the RAM prices drop? So this is something most people overlook, providing future possibilities for a topic. So if you're writing for a topic, don't forget to cover future possibilities. If provide a future perspective, if you can, if your topic has a potential of expanding in the future or changing in the future, do cover that too, because there's something people are actively looking for, and there's something that gets picked easily, and most people usually don't cover that area of one topic. So this is it, guys. I think this is how actually you write a content that actually works. So last, I would like to cover something most of us do, but without understanding why it works or how it works. So interlinking, this is something most people overlook, and this is something most people cover by using backlinks as an uh, example. I'm sorry about that. I think I don't have. I'm sorry about that. I think, should we continue, Pratibha?
Yes, we can continue for 5 more minutes. Thank you.
I mean, can you hear me, or can you hear some noise?
No, we are only hearing you. We are not hearing any noise.
Okay, thank you so much. So
Yeah.
So interlinking, how do you do interlinking? So interlinking, this is something we do contextually. We used to do contextually when we were starting out. So what happened is that if we find something that matches content, if we find something that, something a section, if we are writing a section that actually refers to a topic, we used to link that. But now it's different. It's you have to prioritize the topic itself first, and then you can prioritize other pages. So you have to turn disconnected content into connected content. So the concept is the same as before, just a bit more organized. So what happens in this way is that you write a mother blog and a few other blogs on that specific topic, and you try to push your mother blog as much as possible with interlinks. And of course, you won't have one mother blog for your overall site or your overall blog. You will have several mother blogs. So you'll prioritize mother blogs with all kind of pages and link to mother blogs first. And then you have to prioritize your feature pages, your service pages. And that's how you actually build authority for those primary pages, for those pillar pages that are most likely get picked by AI. And that's how you build authority for search engines. So the same way you optimize search engines for uh, rankings, is the same way you optimize for AI. And this is how you actually build topical clusters, and you actually build connected contents that actually complement each other, does not fight with each other. So that's it. Thank you. Thank you for attending this ceremony, attending this event. And now feel free to take over, Pratibha.
Thank you so much, Nazir, for the amazing and insightful sessions. I'm sure our participants have learned a lot. And I really apologize. I had to cut short your sessions. We were running out of the time. And we do have a lot of questions from the participants. So we will try to cover as many as we can. So the first question we have from Vashisht: what is the purpose of the LLMS.txt file, and is it mandatory to use it for a website?
So the LLMS text file is something that the same as something you use as robot.txt. So what the robot.txt does is tell the crawlers that this is my site, and these are the pages I have, and these are the pages you can crawl. And as we all know, crawlers scroll link to link. So LLMs.txt came for that same purpose, but for LLMs. But the thing is, in practice, what happens is LLMs.txt doesn't really mean anything, because it's the same as robot.txt, and LLMs have figured out a way to translate how LLMs work. But usually what happens is AI AI engines usually also hallucinate a lot, and they create URLs randomly. And this is probably why, if you are looking at search engines, you will also see a lot of hallucinated URLs that you can optimize for. So if you don't have LLMs.txt, that's not a problem. But it's also very useful to look up those hallucinated URLs, how many clicks they're getting, and that's how you might get some citations.
Thank you so much for the amazing and insightful answer. So the next question we have from Harendra Kaur: how should content be structured to improve geo visibility on a product page?
So on a product page, GEO works as the same as the traditional search engines. So as I said, you have to build up the topical authority. So your product definitely solves one or two problems, and you have some uh, s- you have a topic around that problem, and that problem is your topic. So you have to cover the topic itself, and you have to complement your product page with that with your overall search engine efforts. So whether it's generative engine or whether it's search engine. So you have to cover that topic, and then you have to create a piece of product page that actually converts. So you see, the difference between conversion and search engine optimization is that we don't optimize product pages for search engines. What we do is something different. It's conversion optimization first, and then search engine optimization. So for that, there are several frameworks. What I like to do is use the closer framework because it ensures credibility, lure, credibility, lure, CLO, objection handling, uh, and social proof, and I forgot the other one, but R equals to result. So you see, you have to ensure credibility, you have to handle the objections, and then you have to ensure that your product is socially recognizable, and you have to promise a result. That's how you optimize a product page for conversion. And if there is any space left, that's when you optimize for search engines. But product optimization comes first. But what you do is complement your product page with other type of content.
Thank you so much for the insightful answer. And the next question we have from Nidhi: what role does context play in creating geo optimized email campaigns?
I did not get that.
So Nidhi wants to ask, what role does context play in creating geo optimized email campaigns?
Geo optimized email campaigns. So I'm not really sure. Geo picks up email campaigns because, yeah, of course, I think their Nidhi is probably referring to, you know, the overview that Google or Apple shows when answering when showing, there will be a summarized version for that, right? So there what happens is Google mailbox and Apple mailbox shows a summarized version for email campaigns. I think Nidhi is probably referring to that. So this is something I haven't studied before, but I have seen a few examples where people actually
Um,
optimize the
we
pre-headed
lost
content.
you once again. I'm really sorry.
Sorry, can you hear me now?
Yes, now I can hear you. We lost you before.
Okay, okay. So I think I was talking about that Apple mailbox and Google mailbox picks up short summaries of email campaigns. So that's probably something Nidhi was asking for. So what happens is that I haven't studied about that much, but so far from what I understand is that usually pre-header text or the busiest place is where the result gets picked from, or just the subject line.
Thank you so much for the amazing answer. So we have next question from Saurabh. Saurabh wants to know, when two pages deliver identical information, how does AI prioritize one over the other?
So this is something, there is a slide. I think I'll go back to that, and it's better to have these just shown. So we don't know exactly how AI prioritizes or values the same piece of information, because if the perspectives are same, if the answers are same, so how